the National.
Well, this year marks a milestone for hip-hop, and it's older than many people think. It's 50 years old.
Let the backbone slide.
Canadian acts like Maestro Fresh Wes emerged in the late 80s and early 90s, as did Dream Warriors, Michi et Me, Cardinal Officiel, and Rascals. But hip-hop was born in New York's Bronx, very much of the streets. It was an underground phenomenon until the late 70s and early 80s, when it got its first wide exposure, eventually becoming one of the biggest sellers in the music industry. And for more, we're joined by DJ Ron Nelson, also known as the godfather of Toronto hip-hop. He's a renowned DJ, producer, and performer who helped to popularize hip-hop in Canada. He joins us now from Scarborough, Ontario. Welcome, and how are you feeling as we approach hip-hop's 50th anniversary?
I'm feeling great, honored. It's Caravana weekend, that makes it even better. I mean, it's just, yeah, feeling good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, happy to have you. Tell us, what sets hip-hop apart from other genres of music?
Well, one thing is its survivability. We're in the 50th year. A lot of other forms of music kind of started at the same time as hip-hop. New wave punk was very popular in 1980, 81. And I don't think they can celebrate the same way that we can celebrate right now, because our music has been dominating, it's been progressing, expanding. It's a global multi-billion-dollar industry. Everything we do as citizens revolves somehow or involves somehow hip-hop in some way, shape, or form, whether it's what you wear, how you feel, what you do, where you go, how you act. So hip-hop has become part of our permanent DNA infrastructure. In my opinion, anyway, we all live it whether we like it or not. It's not a choice anymore. It's there in every brand and every opportunity.
Well, can you remember your first experience with hip-hop?
Oh, obviously, yeah, because it's something that changed my life and took me in a whole different direction than maybe I would have gone otherwise. I saw some of the early acts because I was involved in hip-hop right from I heard Rapper's Delight in 1979. Back then it was called rap. We celebrate hip-hop from 1983, August 11th, I believe, but there was a lot of the movement going on before that. So I saw all of the elements of hip-hop in my early years. I saw the graffiti, I saw the breakdancing, I saw the rapping. And when I saw the power of it all being put together with early artists like Run DMC and LL Cool J, you just immediately got caught. I was not the only one. We all got caught up in a very special moment in life where if you were there at the beginning, then you know that you were part of a special thing that, was here to stay, but we just didn't know to recognize it in the very beginning. We all just got caught into the beauty of learning a whole new form of expression, which was rapping. All of a sudden it wasn't about singing anymore, it wasn't about dancing, it wasn't about poetry, it wasn't about being in a rock band and having to learn how to play piano. We could just use the raw basic elements and rap and actually come to a point now where we've made money out of it. The whole world has it. Like I said, it's been embraced as a musical form that's here to stay. Unlike, even disco died quickly in 1979 as well, but I always say it laid an egg, and that's where hip-hop came from.
Can you talk to us a little bit about hip-hop culture in Canada and how you've seen it grow over the years?
Yeah, that's easy for me to say because I was on the radio in 1983 to 85 and after, but those were the peak years where I was a Ryerson student. I was on CKLN, and back then, anybody that was rapping had to come down to that radio station, 88.1, and bring their cassettes and their demos. And back then, there was no infrastructure here, so every artist that could rap was struggling. We immortalized anything south of the border, anything from the stage was great. Even if you heard it on cassette, it was the thing. It was where we wish that we were, but back in those times, we had nobody that understood how to market the music and how to kind of guide us into being an artist and how to do it right, basically. So it's been, 50 years, And it's better now in Canada. It's still not perfect. We've got an infrastructure here now. We've got a few artists that are out of the bottleneck, even though most of the artists here are still in the bottle and fighting just to get in that neck of the bottle. It's a lot more comforting now. It's a lot more possible now for an artist to say, that's what I want to do, and actually do it. Because we have young people working in the business. It's a youth-driven industry. We have people who understand the business now. We have pioneers in the business. You know, we have people who have been around long enough, who've learned from everything around us, which is why it's global, how to do it better in Canada. So there's a better future for Canadian artists, but it's still a struggle. Absolutely.
Well, DJ Ron, it's been fun talking about this with you on the show today. Thank you for sharing your joy and enthusiasm for the genre.
You're welcome, and happy birthday to hip-hop and all the people who played a part, especially the Canadian artists, you know, the early ones, the Michie Me, the Rumbles and Strongs, and the Cool Herc. We got to big up Cool Herc out of the States. If it wasn't for him, none of this would have happened. So thanks for having me on, and happy birthday to hip-hop.
Yeah, thanks again. That was DJ Ron Nelson. He is a DJ, producer, and performer, and we reached him today in Scarborough.